Well, I'm Maggie McCracken. I am the newest CEO here at the BrandLab, and I'm super excited to be with you all tonight. We have a few folks from the BrandLab, so while we're waiting, I might just take a minute and have them raise their hands, and then I'll, here in a little bit, introduce the Milwaukee team that just started this week, which I'm thrilled to introduce you to. So, hey, Thomas Tolley, give a little wave. So Thomas Tolley is our executive director in the Twin Cities here tonight, so super excited to have him. Jamila Joyner, where are you, Jamila? Jamila Joyner is over here sitting at the table where you checked in. She leads our Fearless work, which you'll hear more about. And Victoria's kind of back here hanging out. She's making this show run. She's helping with the team, and she runs our events and operations work. And so thank you for being here. Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Joel, for getting us going, and I appreciate it. Okay, I think we're ready.
Hi, we're the BrandLab, and we've got one simple goal: change the face and voice of marketing. Okay, maybe not simple, but it is working. In just 6 years, we lifted low income and BIPOC representation from 6% to 14% wherever we've been. Now maybe you're thinking, 14%, big deal. Well, 14% is a pretty big deal. We help about 1,000 students discover creative careers every year, careers they didn't even know existed. How do we do that? For one, we place about 80 summer interns every year. That's 100% paid interns. Speaking of 100, let's talk Forbes Top 100. That's pretty cool too, right? Plus, 95% of our college interns pursue degrees in marketing and advertising, many who have graduated in just 2 years. So while 14% may seem small, it's pretty huge, and we're just getting started. So why Milwaukee? Why you? For one, about 80% of public school students here identify as BIPOC, and Milwaukee County alone is 46% diverse. So we need to recognize that diversity. We need to empower your power. We need to embrace the creativity of everyone. And we need to act fearlessly to speed up the change many say they want, but few act on. But don't just take it from me. Let's hear from some other BrandLabbers.
The BrandLab has opened so many doors for me that I thought weren't even there.
One of the instructors that came in, she was like, I made the big sign at EDC. I designed that. And we were like, what? Like, you can do that. She was like, yes, like that's a job. If I can do it, you can do it. And we were like, whoa.
From where I come from, inner city, single parent family.
We came across so many different challenges of losing our home and not knowing where we're gonna stay.
Being the only person of color at an agency, being the only person of color in the room.
Like all these types of demographics that make up who we are should be represented in the things that we see.
I have chanted a lot. You can go ask people that knew me 2 years ago. They'll be in shock today. The blindfold is off. I see the world as it is, and I want to be able to impact it.
For me, it allowed me to see like, wow, this is a career.
Ready to tackle whatever comes my way.
I'm really starting to see this thing working. I'm seeing young talent.
They're doing the right thing. They're doing it the right way, and they're finding the right people to do it.
Pay all those favors, big and small. Just pay them forward and help others. And it just feels really good.
So come on, Milwaukee, help us change marketing for good. Help us turn 14% BIPOC into 15 or 17, or hey, 20 is a nice round number. About 15 of you, about 30 interns, a couple of bucks, that's all we need to keep moving that needle. Good thing is, you don't have to do it alone. We've already got a plan, and we'll be with you every step of the way.
Give it up to the amazing quad team who helped us pull that together. So yeah, it's great. So like I said, I'm Maggie McCracken. I'm the CEO here at the BrandLab. And before I talk a little bit more about BrandLab and introduce the team, I want to take a minute to acknowledge that in Milwaukee, we're on traditional Potawatomi, Ho-Chunk, and Menominee homeland along the southwest shores of Michigami, North America's largest system of freshwater lakes, where the Milwaukee, Menominee, and Kinnickinnick rivers meet the people of Wisconsin's sovereign Anishinaabe, Ho-Chunk, Menominee, Oneida, and Mohican nations remain present. Thank you. So now let's talk about the work that we've been, introducing, the BrandLab. Until 6 years ago, I actually worked in the marketing and advertising industry, and that's where I saw firsthand the lack of diversity. And as Joel mentioned, it is going to take a transformation of this industry to ensure that this industry's future is successful. We have to ensure that the industry brings in people that reflect the communities and the consumers that we're looking to connect with on a daily basis. The reality is that introductions to marketing and advertising career paths, access to professional networks, as you guys know, I know a person who knows a person, I'm gonna get them in and I'll connect them in, and hands-on learning are not experiences that are available to everybody. But there's a pool of amazing talent, brown and black and indigenous talent, and talent from low-income backgrounds that have historically been left out of our industry. And so with that, it's really been the mission of the BrandLab over the past decade. 10 years in the Twin Cities, we've been in Kansas City for 4 years, and that's been our mission, to change the face and voice of the marketing industry, to introduce young people into the industry and connect them so that we can really break down those barriers and ensure that they have the skills that they need as they move forward. We were founded with that mission, but the unique aspect of the BrandLab is that we come at the work from two angles. So our work includes both work that connects talent into the industry, but it's also about making sure that we are looking at the workplaces, the work, and the workers, and ensuring that they're equitable and inclusive spaces for young people to come in and thrive. And so with that, I'm gonna talk a little bit about our 4 pillars. We have 4 pillars of our work: exposure, access, opportunity, and equity. The first 3 pillars are really focused on talent and how we make those connections. We work with young people from classroom into career. And that last pillar is really the work that we do alongside of our partners. So exposure, what does that mean? Exposure is about starting in the classroom, connecting young people as early as high school to career paths that they may not otherwise have known about. This is where our work begins, because if you don't know a job exists, you can't try and go and achieve it. That creates the opportunity that leads to our access pillar. Our access pillar is where we have paid internships for both high school and college students. This is where young people are able to build professional networks, they're able to build skills, and really start to gain a sense for, is this a space I want to be? Is this where I find my passion? Is this where my talents are appreciated? And then we have our opportunity pillar. Our opportunity pillar is really where alumni of the network, so young people, step into leadership roles. They build peer networks. They connect with other professionals. There's mentorship opportunities and scholarship opportunities. And our 4th pillar is our equity pillar. This is where our fearless work happens. Our fearless work is a series of workshops. One part of it is a series of workshops that was created by BIPOC marketing leaders for marketing teams. This is where we walk alongside our partners and really work to create more equitable and inclusive work, workers, and workplaces, because it starts there. We can introduce talent, but if the workplace isn't ready to make sure that that talent can thrive, that those voices are heard, it's not gonna work. Now we know, you can flip quick. Thanks, Victoria. Victoria's managing, because I was like, ooh, handheld mic and a phone. How am I gonna do that? I gotta make my notes. So we know that in every community that we're in, there's already community leaders that are there. So while the BrandLab's coming here to Milwaukee, there's leaders here. You all are doing work with young people. You're doing work in your organizations. And so we know that there's organizations that have been here, been doing this work. Organizations like Greater Together and Ken Hansen's team that have been laying the groundwork and identifying the challenge that exists here for the creative industry. And so that's why I'm super excited to talk about the team that is actually gonna lead the BrandLab Milwaukee, because it's the team that was born here in Milwaukee, they've been doing the work here in Milwaukee, they know the community, and that's what's really gonna make this successful, because it's about you all coming together, as Joel mentioned, to bring this work to life. So first I'm going to introduce our executive director, Kwaku Tiangelo Cargile Jr. And while he couldn't be here, this is week 1 for them, he couldn't be here because of some travel that was already scheduled. He has a little video to introduce himself.
Peace, everyone. I'm Kwaku Tiangelo Cargile Jr., and I have the unique privilege of being the inaugural executive director for the BrandLab Milwaukee. I am so excited to get to work. A little bit about me. I was born and raised in Milwaukee, Wisconsin by 2 amazing deaf parents. I'm the oldest of 5 siblings. I have 4 nieces, and I have an amazing wife, Kahina. When it comes to my schooling, I went to Mesmer High School and then went to get my bachelor's degree at the University of Wisconsin, Milwaukee. This work takes me back to my youth development roots. I am a prime example of pipeline programming, specifically in the area of public health. And I'm so excited to translate that work to marketing and advertising. This next stage in my journey really allows me to tap into all the things I've learned from the various leaders that I've been under and the great organizations I've had the opportunity to serve. With the support of my teammate Imani Ray, the BrandLab is really going to have a true impact in the city of Milwaukee. Not only for our young people, but we're going to support all the way through our opportunity youth, and really to create pipeline to programming in the careers of marketing and advertising. Thank you for joining us, and we are really excited to continue to have your support long term. Stay safe.
And so Kwaku Tiangelo teed up our program coordinator here with us tonight, Imani Ray. I'm going to let her do a little introduction of herself, and I'm just thrilled to have you.
All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Imani Ray. I am the new program coordinator for the BrandLab Milwaukee, and I'm born and raised here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. How many of you ever feel nervous when you have to get up and speak in front of a lot of people? I should see almost everyone's hands. So I always get nervous, and one of my mentors, he's actually in the room, Jeremy, told me one time that nervousness comes from like passion. It means you're excited and you actually care about the work that you're doing or what it is that you're talking about. So I want you all in the audience to get a little bit uncomfortable with me. So if everybody can find a partner, once you find a partner, I'm going to ask for you guys to play rock, paper, scissors with your partner. Once you play your first round of rock, paper, scissors with your partner, if you win, you get to go to the next round. If you lose, then you'll become the cheerleader of that person who you play rock, paper, scissors with. So eventually, at the end of this activity, we'll have a room full of people cheering for just 2 people here in this room. Is everybody open to trying this out with me? All right, sounds good. So let's get started. Can everybody find a partner, preferably somebody that you don't know? So some of you may be wondering, why in the world so Maggie asked me to do an introduction and a speech, and 2 of my mentors are here from Urban Underground who really poured a lot into me and really taught me everything I know about youth development and youth work. And you may be wondering why rock, paper, scissors, and we do that activity all the time at the different organizations that we're a part of. And the point of it here today is just to show everyone how important it is for us to cheer on our young people and and do everything that we can do to support them. And specifically with BrandLab, we're going to be supporting young people in a field that they don't even get to see, a field that they don't even get a chance to experience, and allowing these young people to get those firsthand experiences as they're participating in the BrandLab. And I'm super, super excited about that work, excited to translate the work that I've learned in the nonprofit field into this unique nonprofit world with the BrandLab. And so thank you all so much for being open to participating in that activity. I won't hold you for too much longer, but I'm really excited to do this work here in my home city that I absolutely love and make an impact here with the BrandLab. Thank you all so much.
Right? We know we are lucky to have found that one for sure. So I don't know if Morgan is here from Colorful Connections. Thank you so much. She's a find for sure. So as we close, Morgan, thank you.
I was having a side convo of just, we're
Totally. So Morgan helped us from a recruiting standpoint find this amazing team, and so we're just thrilled. So thank you. Oh, yeah, awesome. So as we close tonight, we really want to enjoy you and invite you to join us and become the next wave of leaders that make the way to this group, because we really need all of you. It's going to be this community, across community leaders, across businesses, across creative agencies, coming together to make this work happen. And so we invite you to join folks like Quad, like Laughlin Constable, like Nelson Schmidt, like Marquette, who are saying yes and joining us. So we want you to be with us in this journey. And it is a journey. This is going to be time and commitment, not just in this first year. But in this first year, our goal for the year ahead is to have 15 partners, so we can have roughly 30 interns, and we'd love to host 20 Fearless workshops. We'd love to be with your teams. And so this is where we want you to step in and join us. And so tonight, there's 2 ways that I'm going to invite you into that next step. One is, let's make a connection. So if we haven't connected already, come on up here, scan this QR code. We'll leave it up here and fill that out. And Kwaku Tiangelo and Amani and myself, we will be in touch. Okay, so let's meet. Let's talk about what partnership looks like. Let's talk about what those engagement opportunities are. The second way is that if you feel moved and prepared to invest in this mission, it takes individuals. So you can donate tonight. Because the reality is corporations and communities are made up of individuals. And so it's the individuals that are going to come together to make this possible. So would love you to text MKE Launch, Milwaukee Launch, and give. And so that is all I have for you tonight, but I'm just really, really thrilled to have you all here. I'm so grateful for the support and look forward to working together. Thanks so much.